Today, India is the second largest country with the population of obese children. We are number 2 in the world.
Yeah, I read that survey. It shows that our kids are very, very unfit.
Yes.
उनको exercise नहीं मिल रही है. They're not interested. Screen time is increasing. But let me ask you this. You know, when you started in 2014, 15, was there an interest amongst parents, or has that now grown?
It has definitely grown, and I think the first flip was Deepa coming to Olympics. But I think the big thing that has happened is post-COVID. We are seeing now an interest even among middle-class parents, even among children. Now it's more towards fitness. We have always maintained that our vision is to introduce physical fitness through gymnastics. I don't know how many people know that, but gymnastics is called the mother of all sports. It was the sport that has been, been played from the olden Greek times. And why it is called the mother of all sports is because it uses our own bodies to develop basic fitness. Future Fit started gymnastics. Well, we came to gymnastics after a lot of hit and trial, and despite the fact that it's not a very popular sport, it is a sport that we all must play.
Welcome to Health Matters. I'm Arjun Bhagat, and today we have a very special guest with us, Vitika Sharma Banerjee, who runs an organization called Future Fit. Vitika was a marketing expert for 20 years and worked for a number of brands in the marketing segment. But then she started her entrepreneurial journey in 2014. Vitika, you at Future Fit basically concentrate on gymnastics for kids. Yeah. Why gymnastics for kids? That is not a very popular sports or an activity as far as Indians are concerned.
Absolutely, you're right. Firstly, gymnastics, I don't know how many people know that, but gymnastics is called the mother of all sports. It was the sport that has been, been played from the olden Greek times. And why it is called the mother of all sports is because it uses our own bodies to develop basic fitness, which is around strength, balance, flexibility, and builds that so that then helps us to actually, indulge in any other sport, any other physical activity. So it's not really a sport alone. It's like a discipline. It's like a fitness discipline, and it's rightfully called mother of all sports. Why Future Fit started gymnastics? Well, we came to gymnastics after a lot of hit and trial, and despite the fact that it's not a very popular sport, it is a sport that we all must play.
And we heard a lot about gymnastics when Deepa Karmarkar, jo Indian gymnast hai from the northeast, from Agartala, you were telling me, made it to the 4th position in the Rio Olympics.
Yes.
That, of course, brought gymnastics to the fore. Did that create more publicity for you?
So I would credit Deepa for a lot of what has gone right for us. So we started in 2014, and back then it was a sport which was a unique, glamorous sport for international schools, and a unique sort of engagement, physical fitness engagement for the, I would say, the upper middle class. Where in 2016, Deepa actually came to the forefront, and we suddenly realized that, we have a lone gymnast from a 1.2 billion population who could actually reach the 4th level. She missed a bronze by a whisker.
I wish she'd won.
Yes,
it would have exploded gymnastics in India.
So we did, of course, we saw a lot of interest, especially in schools, especially among children, parents, well-heeled parents, and I think that also spurred our growth initially from 2014 to 2016, saw us sort of really taking a bit of a leap. And we also expanded from Delhi to Gurgaon to Noida to Calcutta. So we are in all these places.
So you have a number of centers
We do.
of Future Fit.
We do. We partner with schools, and we also run our own independent after-school academies for gymnastics. And we have stuck to gymnastics because both me and my partner Nidhi Mathur, who comes from a background of physical fitness, she's a fitness expert for children. We both feel very strongly about introducing physical fitness in early childhood. We do a lot of reading because we are in this field. Today, India is the second largest country with the population of obese children. We are number 2 in the world.
Yeah, I read that survey, and actually, बहुत alarming है वो survey. It shows that our kids are very, very unfit.
Yes.
उनको exercise नहीं मिल रही है. They're not interested. Screen time is increasing. So I think what you're doing and what Nidhi is doing is excellent. But let me ask you this. When you started in 2014, 15, was there an interest amongst parents, or has that now grown?
It has definitely grown. And I think the first flip was Deepa coming to Olympics. But I think the big thing that has happened is post-COVID. We are seeing now an interest even among middle-class parents, even among children. Now it's more towards fitness. Earlier it was about gymnastics, okay, this is a sport. Can my child reach state? Can my child reach nationals? We have always maintained that our vision is to introduce physical fitness through gymnastics. Yeah.
So the first step is कि आप physically fit होइए.
Yeah.
You must do some exercises, encourage kids to get out there and do something. And then, of course, gymnastics. But you mentioned something about state level and national level. So we have state level championships. We have national levels. I believe your daughter is going to be participating in the nationals in Mumbai in some time, right?
Yes. So talking about infrastructure, unfortunately, if you look at for sports facilities anywhere in the country for any sport, except perhaps
cricket,
is very, very dismal. It's surprising, but gymnastics is actually very strong at the grassroots, because it is a mandatory discipline in government schools, in some government schools.
Really?
Yes, but not with the kind of intense apparatus-led training. It's more acrobatic. It's more floor exercises, but that is taught in schools in the grassroots.
So one way to look at gymnastics, Indian context is probably look at it from an acrobatic point of view.
Yes.
Because actually in India we have a very strong ancient legacy of acrobats.
So tribal legacy, right?
Tribal legacy,
yes. So actually many places gymnastics is also misconstrued as acrobatics.
Right.
So it's not acrobatics. Acrobatic gymnastics is a kind of gymnastics. Gymnastics has a number of different disciplines. There is artistic gymnastics, which uses apparatus like the beam, the parallel bars, the rings, the vault. All of that is in artistic gymnastics. Then there is the rhythmic gymnastics, which till recently was only for women, only for girls. Rhythmic gymnastics actually is a lot about dance and Zumba, which is mixed with acrobatic, skills. And it uses a lot of accessories like ribbon, the hula hoops and all of that. Then we have what you call, the synchronized rhythmic gymnastics. So there are different fields.
Do you have an idea of how many medals there are in the Olympics?
So gymnastics has the maximum number of individual medals.
My God.
And we have no teams.
India doesn't have. India doesn't represent. India has no representation now after Deepa.
After Deepa, no. So
I think Deepa ki bhi story hum logo ko, one should really explore that part of it. That should be very interesting. But we don't have any representation, and it's there in the Asian Games as well, right?
It is. It's there in World Championships. It's there in Asian Games. We do go up to World Championships. This year, Deepa did perform very well in the vault, but at an overall level, she could not qualify for the Olympics. But the sad part is there are not enough people doing gymnastics at a competitive level. So as Future Fit, our job is not to create Deepa Karmakars. Our job is to get as many children to participate in gymnastics, so that organizations like Sports Authority of India Olympic gold quest. They have a talent pool to choose from.
Right.
And that's what our vision is. That's gymnastics for us is not an end. It's a means to an end. The end is physical fitness for life.
Right.
But along the way, on the journey, we do have children who have, competed at the state level, at the national level. We take children for...
So let's say, what is an ideal age? कितने साल का बच्चा होना चाहिए before they actually join Future Fit?
2 years.
2 years.
So we have toddler programs in some of our academies. So 2 years we start. We have select academies where we do 2 years plus. But our core age group, the soft spot is 4+. So 4 to 8 is the time where we get our maximum number of children. We start at 4 at most of all our academies, and we actually peter down at 14. So by the time children reach 14, they are in class 10.
I think that's the biggest travesty as far as our lovely country is concerned.
Yes,
because education and class 10th is itna hawa hai that parents also take a back seat and say, okay, let's take the kid out from any sports or social activity.
8th standard onwards, we see children dropping off.
Yeah.
And it's very sad.
Probably जो हम लोग जिसके बारे में हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं, बच्चे fit नहीं है, they are getting obese, they're not getting enough of outdoor time, probably because of the way the entire educational system is structured.
So I would say a lot has to happen in our own homes.
Right.
Schools are addressing requirements of parents.
Right.
Yes, I think there are some progressive schools that are pushing the envelope to say that, sports is equally important, and they are giving a lot of concessions to children who are indulging in sports. They give them comp-offs, they give them, buffer exams and all of that. But that has to start at home, because, see, the age group of 8 years onwards, 6 to 8 years, children are also biologically growing. Because of their hormonal changes, they are going to start filling up their bodies. They start putting on weight. And that's the time children are reaching 8th standard, 9th standard, and parents don't want them to do any sport because they want them to focus on maths, science, English. But the fact is, and this is something that you've also asked me, children who are in sports, even till their late teens, are more focused. They are more disciplined.
I think every research is showing that. And, in Health Matters, the video podcasts I've done with so many doctors.
Yes.
Whether they are health specialists or they are nutritionists or they are even cancer specialists or gynecologists. So, what have you, they are all saying that there is a direct correlation between good health of kids and the activities that they partake in.
Yes.
And nobody actually says that if you study, so your health will improve that much, right? Of course, that will probably give you a great career or whatever it is. But if your health is not good, and many of our kids don't have good health, I think that is a red flag, and we're totally ignoring it.
I think in our culture also there is, we need to sort of review that. If you remember, there is a saying called, बढ़ेगा पढ़ेगा तो बनेगा नवाब, खेलेगा कूदेगा तो बनेगा खराब. So that we have to challenge, because खेलेगा कूदेगा तो पढ़ पाएगा.
Yeah.
Today, the kind of pressure there is on children in terms of academic excellence, competitiveness, peer pressure, all of that needs a lot of resilience. It needs a lot of strength and mental strength. I think sports is the only...
sports, physical activities,
yes.
I think good nutrition.
Yes.
I think kids really, and you're right, it has to begin from the home. अगर घर में ही हम लोग बच्चों को बोलेंगे कि जी बेटा बाहर मत जा, that's another thing I want to talk to you about. In this generation of parents, I don't know if I include myself in it. Maybe. I think my daughter will probably say, yeah, you're also like that. We are very afraid of our children getting hurt. So, कि चोट लग जाएगी, ऐसे बेटे ये ना करो, वो ना करो. In gymnastics, is that a concern? Because after all, the mindset is a child might get hurt.
So the biggest challenge we face in actually widening our impact is everybody thinks कि gymnastics करेगा तो बस वो तो Olympic में जैसे कूदते हैं वैसे ही कूदने वाला है, that takes 20 years of practice.
Right. Like in any sport.
Like in any sport. And gymnastics actually is the reverse. Gymnastics teaches you how to jump and land. Gymnastics teaches you how to flip. It is the skill of being able to take flight and land safely.
Right.
So gymnastics actually is the sport that will...
Better coordination, better safety, stronger muscles.
And at
stronger
Future
joints.
Fit, at Future Fit, if you look at any of our academies or any of the schools where we take these programs, we undertake all safety measures. So there are like 12-inch mats that are put in. There are side cladding that is put in. There is no activity that children are taking without supervision.
So जितने भी precautions लेनी होती है आपने लिए हैं अपने sectors.
It's the danger or the risk is like any other sport. आप cricket खेलेंगे तो ball लग सकती है.
जी, मैं बिल्कुल.
हाँ, आप swimming करेंगे तो आप you can get hurt.
Of course.
So it's like any other sport, but yes, because of the imaginative sort of visuals that gymnastics being a spectator sport it creates, people think usme.
But you have a lot of kids. I think you have more than 1,200 kids who are actually
almost 12,000 kids now.
12,000.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So if you consider the number of schools that we take our programs to, as well as the academies that we run, we are probably.
So give me an example of kaun se schools hai where you train the kids.
So if you look at Shri Ram, we do after school academies in Shri Ram. We do Shiv Nadar school. It's part of the mandatory program. It's a club activity as well as a mandatory program. In Calcutta, we run a program with Newtown School where class 1 to class 5, all children go through gymnastics. In South City International in Calcutta, we have the same program, class 1 to class 5. In Delhi, we have with DPS International, where it is DPS Sector 45 Gurgaon. We have the program.
So a lot of schools, a lot of the leading schools.
Lots of Pathways,
wow.
Prometheus, all of those schools.
Wow. So you're pretty well spread out as far as the schools are concerned. So you are leading some sort of a mini revolution as far as gymnastics.
Well, we are trying to do that one child at a time.
Right.
But definitely we believe in the vision that we set ourselves, that we need to get 1 million children impacted by 2030.
And why not? I think you'll be doing a great service because बच्चों को बाहर निकालना पड़ेगा. We'll have to get them out to be more active. And of course, that balance between sports, education needs to be really looked at very, very acutely.
In fact, parents should look for when they go to look for a new school. I think हम लोग as parents, the first thing we want to go and look for is बच्चों का result इस school का क्या था? What is the result of 10th boards and 12th boards and what's the kind of faculty? I think one more thing that parents should look for when they are going for admissions is what's the kind of sporting infrastructure that the school has, and what's the kind of facilities in terms of sports and extracurricular that the school offers. And this is a criteria when parents go looking for schools in the rest of the world. But we need to bring that to it.
Well, I mean, the school that we both went to, DPS Archiboro, will be crossed out. I don't think our principal is going to be too happy with that. But yeah, you're right. We have to look for schools which balance education and sports and physical activity.
No, we need to get rid of this. Education is not just academic education.
Right.
It's physical education as well.
So what you're saying is looking at it from a holistic rather than from a category perspective.
So school must take responsibility of overall education, academic and physical. So we partner with physical education for schools, and there are academic experts that schools have, but they need to be responsible for overall education.
And also, you talked about competitive sports that, my child will go and play at the Olympics or whatever. And of course, that does happen.
Yes.
But I think we need to take away that part from physical activity and sports.
Yes.
Because, not everybody is going to make it to the Asian level or the Olympic level. But sports basically remains with you. In school, I would go and play tennis. And I did that maybe till class 11th or 12th. And then I played a little bit in college, not much. And then I kind of, got into the workplace, studying abroad, just did not really get. But then in my 40s, I started tennis again.
But look at you,
And-
you are so physically fit.
No, that's because, I make sure
Yeah.
that 3 to 4 days a week I go out and play, tennis. And like on the weekends, I have to go and play. So, I don't go out for lunches. And sometimes that's an issue with the families. But now I think, now everybody knows, and
Yes.
my friends know that Saturday, Sunday, to ye aane nahi wala hai.
No.
Because, if you're going to have a commitment towards something, then you need to do it, no matter how busy you are. So I guess my point is that you can take out time. Now, I wish I had started playing tennis or restarted playing tennis in my 30s.
Yes.
I was, of course, very intensely busy with, the work, journalism, all that. But we can take that time out.
In fact, as we grow older, so to your point, I used to play badminton. I played till the nationals, even when I...
Oh, wow.
And I think that's what has carried forward in terms of the appreciation of physical fitness, which lets you do more. It lets you get more out of life. It doesn't matter if you were playing tennis when you were younger. If you can play some other sport which is more akin to your
Absolutely.
time and effort and all of that. I mean, I can't go back to badminton. I did try, but it takes too much out of me. So I do cycling.
No, but you need to do something, so...
That is very important.
But if you inculcate the fact that physical fitness is important in kids
Yes.
at a young age, then at some point they will go back to it.
So, unfit children, obese children will make unfit, unhealthy adults.
Right.
And fit children will make successful, fit adults. And we have to also keep in mind that with advances in technology and science, medical science, we are going to live longer. It
Right.
is a choice that we want to make, that we want to live healthier. And we want our children to live longer, but healthier,
Right.
not on the bed.
Absolutely. So now with that very good advice, Vidika, thank you so much for joining us on Health Matters. I
Thank
think,
you.
What you're doing is great yeoman service. And, I wish you all the very best. And do join us for another episode of Health Matters with me, Arjun Bhagat. Thank you.
ऐसी ही दिलचस्प और महत्वपूर्ण हेल्थ इश्यूज के बारे में जानकारी प्राप्त करने के लिए देखते रहिए हेल्थ मंत्रा।